Hello everybody, this is Jordan Horowitz here, and today we're going to be working on build video 6, referring to page 8 in the manual. This is the Trex 700E Pro, and first we're going to get started by going and getting these bags, 700 HG2, 700 HB13, and 700 HB13A. So, you're going to get these bags, and the first thing you're going to want to do is lay everything out and dump the stuff out so we can work with it. There's our skids, and then we've got some hardware here, and then we have our tray, and we have some of our hardware. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take this bar out of this bag right here, and this bar is going to sit right back here, right underneath where that servo goes. So you're going to unscrew the screws out of it. Take the bar, stick it right here. This is a frame support stiffener, and just place it like so. And it's going to go right in between here, and then you're just going to take your screws, or the bolts, and these are M3x6mm bolts, and they require a 2.5mm hex driver. So you're just going to take that, tighten it down. I just loosely tighten it first, and then go to the other one. And since this is already now held, so it's not going to move everywhere, I'm going to take some Loctite and then just smear it on there, just like normal, as we've been usually doing, and then just bolt that down till it stops, and then a quarter turn, and then the same thing on the other side. So just a little bit of Loctite, and then just smear it with your finger and put that in, and then quarter turn, and now that's all placed properly. Then the next thing is you're going to take your receiver tray, and you're going to want to take these little rubber grommets out right here, out of this bag right here, 700 HB13A. And then dump the rest of these screws right here, and then your R clips. And then you're going to notice you've got these little collars right here. And if you notice, there's a larger collar up on top, and then it has a smaller diameter shaft. You're going to take these longer bolts right here that come with the kit, slide those in, so the larger collar is up on top. And then put your 2.5mm hex driver through, and then slide this through the rubber, and that smaller diameter is going to fit in between that rubber. And then pop the receiver tray on and line up your holes, your bolt holes. And these are canopy protectors. They keep the canopy sticking out better, called canopy spacers. And then you're just going to apply some Loctite, as we've been doing, and then just spread it. And then these canopy spacers are going to go on the top hole, and then the smaller bolts will go on the bottom. We're just going to screw that in, quarter turn, and then take our smaller bolt right here, which is a M3x6, and then just a little bit of Loctite, and then just spread it. Put that on the bottom bolt. There's two bolts that hold this receiver tray, and quarter turn. And then we could put the other smaller bolt in. a bit of Loctite, smear it, and then put that in just like so. The stops and quarter turn. And then take the longer bolt left over, and then take the collar, and then just like before, you see how it's a larger diameter collar that's going to be going towards the bolt head. The smaller diameter is going to be going away. So this is smaller down here diameter and larger up top where the screw head is. And just slide that in and pop it in. You'll feel it slide all the way to the and then you'll see the metal at the bottom flush with the rubber. And then just a little bit of Loctite, and then smear it, and then put the canopy spacer on the top of the frame just like this one, like the other one. Go till it stops, then quarter turn, and then that's that part. So now we have a lot of the frame complete now. I will put the frame to the side really quick. And then what we can do is now we're going to take out bag 700 HG2A. We're going to cut this open. And dump this stuff out. Move the clips to the side. And then you're going to notice we have 4 little washers. Those are going to be for the bottom of the skids. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Just pop your skids out of the bag. And then you'll notice how these are angled forward. The skid angled forward. You're going to want to take that. First, take your helicopter frame, and you're going to notice there's 4 bolts bolted in at the bottom into the frame. You're just going to take those out. And for sake of time on the video, I'm not going to Loctite these on the video, but I've showed you guys a multitude of times on how to Loctite these bolts, and it's just going to be the exact same procedure. So you'll see on the frame how when I have it on here, front of the frame is this way, and then you'll see the direction, the angle of the skid when I put it where it's going to be. It's going to be angled forward. It's going to be angled. That's how you want it. If it's angled back, it's not totally incorrect, but it's not a standard procedure on how the manual says it should be. And so you're just going to put it so it's angled forward. And then put it upside down, put the frame upside down. And then you're going to notice you got your washers, and there's a flat side and a rounded side. You're going to take your bolt, and where the rounded side, you're going to, rounded side's faced up on my finger, and you're going to put the bolt through, so the rounded side touches the bolt head, and the flat side is going to touch the plastic on here. And there's 4 sets of holes on these skids, and we're going to be using the outer 2 on these. So you're going to Loctite these screws and then put them in. So rounded side faced up, flat side faced the bottom, and then use the outer 2 holes. And remember, you're going to Loctite those. You're just going to put a little drop, just like so, and then do that method. And then we're going to bolt these down, just like so. So it stops, and then quarter turn. You can screw this one down. So it stops, quarter turn. And then the exact same thing with the other side. Make sure it's angled forward. And then you're going to take the rounded side faced up, just like before. Put the screw in. The flat side's facing the bottom. Use the outer 2 holes. Pop that in. Take your 2.5mm. Make sure that we're in frame. And line that up with the threads. And then just start screwing it down. So it stops. And then your quarter turn. And then same thing with the other side. flat side face down. Then you're going to put that in, under outer hole, bolt that down. The stops, quarter turn. And then you got your skid pipes. You can either put these on or leave these off. I normally keep those off. I'm going to put those aside. And also, I normally keep these little heads of the skids off too. You can put those on, but you'll have to CA them. Put a little CA and put them in. I don't like keeping these on because water and stuff can get locked behind the pipe and they fall off. They possibly fall off, and I've had a few fall off. It's not the end of the world. It won't do anything. But at least if something gets caught in the skids, it doesn't stick. And then what you're going to want to do is measure what you like. And I just put the wrong skid in. It's not improper, but you'll see where it says align, laser engraved. When you pop the skid in, the curved side is going to be facing towards the front of the frame, and then a line should be facing outward so you can see it. Slide it in. And I normally like to keep a line. You're going to see these two bolts at the bottom. I normally like to keep, have it in between these, just like so. And then just angle it how you like it. Pop the other skid in. So the line is facing outward so we can all see it. And then put that in. And then align with those right down there. And then you can measure those with a caliper to make sure they're perfect. And then you can look at the skids and angle them how you like so that they look angled properly to you. And then these little screws, these set screws, you're going to go in and then screw them into the skids, put a little bit of pressure. And then you're going to do that to all four sides, and that's going to lock down the pipe. And just until it stops, you don't want to go too tight. When it stops, then you can just give it a little snug. If you go too tight, you'll strip out some of the plastic. Then the other side. That in. And you want to have the tip of the screw of your socket wrench, or your hex wrench, parallel or 90 degrees from the ground. You don't want to angle it in or anything. Just try to make it perpendicular with the ground, so the bolt goes in well. And just the same with the other side. And once you've gotten that complete, you're done with page 8 of the book. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask me. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, and have a nice day.